Most people are looking, very few are actually seeing. Most people hear noise, very few hear truth. Most people react, very few understand. And that's why most people live average lives. Because they spend their days distracted by what's obvious, while the extraordinary few focus on what everyone else overlooks. This is where the owl becomes one of nature's greatest teachers. The owl doesn't dominate with size. It doesn't dominate with speed. It doesn't dominate with force. It dominates through awareness, through patience, through insight. While others rush through life without direction, the owl watches, learns, understands, and then moves with precision. Today, you're about to discover the mindset that can separate you from the crowd. The owl mindset, the mindset of insight, the mindset of wisdom, the mindset that helps you see what others miss. The owl survives because it understands something most creatures ignore. Observation creates advantage. The owl doesn't waste energy reacting to everything. It studies. It analyzes, it waits, and when the right moment arrives, it acts. Think about how powerful that is. Most people spend their lives reacting to opinions, reacting to emotions, reacting to problems, reacting to distractions. The owl teaches us a different way. Observe first, understand first, then decide. Because wisdom begins where impulsiveness ends. The person who understands more often achieves more. The person who sees deeper often goes further. Insight creates opportunities that others never notice. Most people are too busy to think. They're constantly entertained, constantly distracted, constantly reacting, but they rarely stop long enough to understand. The greatest breakthroughs in life don't come from movement alone. They come from clarity. Many people work hard. Very few work wisely. Many people stay busy. Very few stay focused. Many people chase opportunities. Very few recognize the right opportunities. The owl reminds us that seeing clearly is often more valuable than moving quickly, because speed in the wrong direction only gets you lost faster. Success is not about doing more. Success is about understanding more. Imagine if you spent less time reacting and more time reflecting. What would change? Imagine if every setback became a lesson, every failure became information, every challenge became education. That's how wisdom is built. The owl doesn't fear darkness, it thrives in it. And the same is true for successful people. When others panic during uncertainty, they learn. When others complain, they adapt. When others quit, they grow stronger. Insight isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop every book you read, every lesson you learn, every mistake you analyze, every moment you choose growth over comfort. These moments build wisdom, and wisdom compounds, just like money, just like skills, just like success. Listen carefully. The world doesn't reward those who know everything. It rewards those who never stop learning. The moment you believe you've learned enough, you stop growing. The moment you think you've arrived, you stop improving. The owl teaches us humility, because wisdom begins when you realize how much there is still to learn. The strongest people aren't always the loudest. The smartest people aren't always the most visible. The most successful people aren't always the most talented. Often, they are simply the most aware of opportunities, aware of weaknesses, aware of patterns, aware of possibilities. They see what others overlook. And because they see differently, they live differently. Your future is not determined by your current circumstances. It's determined by your ability to learn from them. Every challenge carries a lesson. Every obstacle contains knowledge. Every failure contains insight. The question is, are you paying attention? Because life is speaking, opportunity is speaking, your future is speaking. Most people never hear it because they're too distracted. Be different. Slow down. Observe, learn, think, understand. And then move forward with certainty. That's the owl mindset. Now imagine the life that insight can create. A life where your decisions are guided by wisdom instead of emotion. A life where your choices build freedom instead of regret. A life where your discipline creates opportunities. A life where your understanding becomes your advantage. Success isn't built through luck, it's built through better decisions. And better decisions come from greater awareness. The freedom to choose your future. The ability to help your family. The confidence to pursue your dreams. The resources to create impact. This is what happens when wisdom meets action. Not overnight, but over time. Because insight without action changes nothing. But insight combined with action changes everything. At the end of your life, people won't remember how busy you were. They won't remember how many excuses you made. They won't remember how many distractions captured your attention. They will remember your impact, your contribution, your character, your wisdom, and the legacy you leave behind. The greatest wealth isn't what you accumulate. It's what you pass on. Knowledge, values, leadership, wisdom. Build something bigger than yourself. Build a legacy, not just a life. If you're ready to stop reacting and start understanding, if you're ready to see what others miss, if you're ready to develop the mindset of wisdom and insight, subscribe to Legacy Mindset, because here we don't chase distractions. We pursue growth. We pursue wisdom. We pursue greatness. And above all, we build a legacy, not just a life,